How's everyone doing today? I hope you've enjoyed the past couple videos about my time in New Zealand, but sadly it's time to transition into more normal videos, the stuff you kind of expect from this channel. There is one more New Zealand video, kind of more of a short film style one coming at some point, so be ready for that. But let's get into this video. So today we're talking about social media and how if we're going to use social media properly, we need to be able to disconnect every once in a while. Okay, so social media has taken over the modern world, but this video is not about me trashing social media. Rather, it's about the importance of being able to disconnect. Even if you feel like you've figured out how to use social media effectively and it's not just a way to waste several hours a day, you still have a problem if you don't know how to disconnect from it. While I was in New Zealand, Wi-Fi was very limited, and so I was forced to disconnect and turn my phone off for a while, and through doing that, I learned how important it is. We as a culture have become attached to our phones, and some of us actually feel this separation anxiety when they're not with us, which is insane. Most Christians realize that being this attached to a piece of metal and plastic is not a good thing. Not to say our phones are bad, but becoming too attached to them definitely is. So this begs the question, how do we make sure we don't reach that point? And believe it or not, part of that is disconnecting. Let's look at a fairly well-known passage found in Matthew 6. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Verses 19 to 21. Jesus then goes on to say, no one can serve two masters, for he will either hate one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Okay, so let's look at it like this. Jesus says, lay up treasures in heaven, because you can tell where your heart is by where your treasure is. Now, the Greek word used in this passage for treasure it describes a place of collection. It's our collection of the things we hold dear, and this collection accumulates with time. So Apple recently rolled out this new feature called Screen Time, and it essentially lets you see how much time you spend each day on your phone. So I'm gonna get real vulnerable with you guys here. Let's go check out my screen time. Okay, here, actually today wasn't that bad. So today I spent 1 hour and 17 minutes on my phone. It's about like 3 o'clock right now. So 1 hour and 17 minutes on my phone. 29 minutes of that was on social networking. Now, I've looked at this before, especially when I was like preparing this video, and it was like 3 hours on my phone and like 1.5 hours on social networking. So let's make this video interactive. I want you guys to go check out your screen time if you have an iPhone, and if not, your social media usage is not the biggest problem. Okay, now that you've looked or didn't because you're lazy and you don't want to see those numbers, let's compare that screen time, that amount of time we spend on social media, to the amount of time we spend praying or reading our Bible. Judging by those numbers, where would you say your treasure is? Where would you say that your heart is? Just think of all that we're missing because we're so consumed by our phones. Life is all about priorities, and so if your phone is your number one priority, then don't ever let that thing go. Hold it dear. But listen, guys, if God is your number one priority, then in order to give him the devotion that he wants from us, we need to be able to disconnect from our phones. At the bare minimum, this should mean disconnecting at least once a day to spend time praying and reading your Bible. And if you're willing to take it a step further than that, disconnect for an afternoon, a weekend, however long you can go. Trust me, guys, you'll be amazed at how God can reveal himself to you when you just put aside that distraction. It's a way of worshiping him, showing God that he's more important to you than social media. I really want to get better at disconnecting as well. So in 2019, let's take this up together. Let's remember that God is our top priority. And okay, that concludes this video because it's really cold and I don't think I could stay out here any longer, but hope you guys enjoyed it. As usual, hit the little subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment if you're so inclined. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.